Guys, I'm going to do a one-take unboxing and review of a pair of headphones. Not these are my references, even though I have way more headphones. I like, for some reason, buying headphones. No, I just bought, because I'm really curious, a pair of Samson SR-850s, which cost me, I think, 27 euros, which is ridiculous. I mean, how can they even make headphones for that? My current favorite pair of super budget headphones are these beat up Sennheiser HD201s. They are not brilliant by any standard, but they are not bad for, I think, 25 or 30 euros either. These were actually given to me by my local record store because they were too beat up and one of the ear cups was hanging off. And I just screwed it back on. I also ordered plugs. Anyway, so I have these two. I'm not going to review these. These are metal RCA to jack plugs. I like the metal ones because the plastic ones tend to fall apart. Okay, here's the box. Nothing special. It just looks like a cheap box that they would put in stores, but I don't like paying for packaging anyway. Got a little booklet telling us about, if purchased outside of the US, please visit our website. Okay, well, telling us how long I should use it at which levels, which are how you measure headphone levels anyway. And here's the headphone itself. I heard some people talking about the plasticky earpiece thingies. What are they called? They're not, they're velours. I'm not sure how that happened, but I'm not too sad about that either. So it comes with, I think, a detachable plug. Yes, it's one of those screw-on ones. I actually have one or two of these from old, I believe, Sony headphones, so these my cat really likes, so that's good too. Let's take those off. So I got some reviews about this one, I read them, and everyone was sort of raving about them, and to be honest, first impression, it does feel like a lot of headphone for the money. People are also saying it felt cheap, and obviously it's really thin plastic. But it feels sturdy, it doesn't feel wobbly or anything. It feels like a solid pair of headphones. Maybe a bit tight for my taste, but that's because I have a really big head. That's not the headphones' fault. Reason I'm doing this review is not because there's no reviews of this pair of headphones yet, but because I had a hard time taking most of them seriously, because statements were made that were incorrect, or because people were plugging them into phones and MacBooks and stuff like that. Which is not ideal for testing, even with affordable headphones, even though mostly they will be used for that purpose. But comparing them to reasonably good headphones, it's not a great idea when using this cheap equipment. I used to have a musical fidelity headphone preamp, but right now I'm using a Nakamichi CR3 cassette deck, because that's the reason I sold the headphone preamp. It has a really good headphone preamp. So it's an open design headphone. And it's definitely not completely open, because I can hear a massive difference. With these ones I often forget that I'm wearing them. These are quite open too. These are, by the way, AKG K601s, and these are the much underrated, and I keep forgetting the model number, Audio-Technica ATH AD300. These were like 69 euros when new. I bought these at a yard sale for 3 euros. And to be completely honest, these are 400 euro headphones, and I'm never quite sure which ones I like best. These definitely win when it comes to transparency and detail, but when it comes to tonal balance and bass reproduction, I think these actually do a better job. They are definitely more closer sounding to my Tannoys, which is great for remastering stuff. Let me plug this into the Nakamichi and listen and give you my first impression. Well, it's a sensitive pair of headphones, I can tell you that. There's a lot of noise all of a sudden. I didn't know there was noise at all. So definitely more sensitive than these, which I usually use. The reason I use mainly those and not these is that these are so ridiculously comfortable. I got up more than once forgetting I had them on, because they are not sweaty, they are not heavy, and I just get up and forget I'm wearing them. So I'm going to give you my first impression. I'm going to play a little bit of the music through the speaker so you can hear what I'm listening to, and then I'm going to turn it down so YouTube doesn't give me a hard time. This is Blitz & Trapper's Black River Killer. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, first impression. There's a bit of sibilance going on. I also read about this in the reviews. Apparently it fades away after 50 hours, and apparently if you replace these little logos with small coins, so they add a little weight and they dampen a little bit of the resonance. This gets better. Other than that, the low end is actually really impressive. It's in no way hollow or boxy or thumpy. It's defined and it's round and it's not overly aggressive, but definitely very much present. I'm tempted to say that the vocals are a bit nasal, but that's also sort of the guy's voice. So let me play a little bit of Eels here. I'm gonna give you a little listen again. It's Grace Kelly Blues. Sun melts in the face, smile away. Turning it down again. I'm waiting for the bass to come in, and I just think I realized. No, it's the right way around. Wait. Apparently I have something wired the wrong way around. So here we go. Fixed it. They are a bit, they are indeed tight. They are a bit bass heavy for my liking, but not like Sennheiser bass heavy. It's still very enjoyable, but I wish they had a little less bass, to be honest. Transparency for a pair of budget headphones is amazing. It's got all sorts of detail. I don't think it goes very much beyond like 15k, but at least not in a straight line. But it's there's definitely a lot of stuff going on in the upper frequencies, and it's not lacking in any way. Whereas usually cheap headphones tend to be sharpish, but not very transparent like these. They're not bad, but they don't have the detail this one has. Low end is rather deep for affordable headphones. Let's try some other low end. This is Dire Straits Right Across the River, which has some nice floor toms in it that are kind of hard to reproduce. Yeah, honestly, they are not doing bad at all. There's no need to compare them to these two. They will win hands down. If this one was still available, I would tell you to immediately get this one, but it's not anymore. Price-wise, the difference between these two isn't big enough. This one's actually much better, but it costs more than 10 times as much. It's not 10 times better. My main pet peeve with this one is that it has quite aggressive high mids. It has a lot of attack and a lot of presence there. But again, usually headphones in this price class don't have a lot of dynamics and attack and stuff like that. They're always a bit dull. Low end is good, the details are good. I just wished it was a little more focused to the middle frequencies, and this is slightly more focused to the higher middle frequencies, like 2,500 to 4,000 hertz. Seems to have a bit of a bump, which is not ideal, but again, 27 euros. I am going to give these some playtime and then review them again, but for now I can say that they are really good for the money, but you can still obviously tell that they're affordable headphones. I hoped I would be blown away by them, which I am not. I just think they are really good affordable headphones, but they won't fool you into thinking they are bloody expensive. I'm not going to put them on people saying nothing and asking them how much do you think these cost, which I hoped I could. I'm going to compare them quickly to the Sennheisers. And let's see how these do. They are very different, I can tell you that. This is left way around. Okay, yeah. So that's kind of funny. They are almost the opposite of these. They are lacking in highs, lacking in lows, but the mid-range is really good. I think if I was forced to listen to them for 24 hours, I would rather hear these, because they are just much more calm sounding. Which is weird for Sennheiser, because usually Sennheiser is quite aggressive. But when it comes to accurate reproduction of the music, and when it comes to details and defined low end, the Samsons are definitely the better headphones. And I think they're a bit cheaper than the Sennheisers were. I think they were like 29 or 30 bucks. So, euros. So honestly, these do a great job for the money. Though they are slightly less my style of sound, I can honestly say these are the best headphones I've heard under, say, 60 euros. I think that's a fair, yeah, because at 70 to 80 euros you get these, and when it comes to stuff that's still available now, if you want to spend a little more and you don't mind that they are a little less comfortable, because these are relatively, again, a bit tight, but the ear pads are really comfortable. If you don't mind giving that up, I think the AKG K121 is a better choice, but at this price range, way below 50 euros, they are ridiculous. I am going to give them some playtime, and I'm going to replace these things because you can actually, these will cause some trouble. I understand why they modify them with coins, and then I'm gonna come back to maybe I'll just I'll make another review, but probably I'll just write in the comments below the video what my findings are. But pleasantly surprised. I understand why people recommend them, but they are still in no way high-end headphones. They don't pretend to be. I mean, they're the Samsung, for fuck's sake. They are meant for cheap studio use, and the fact that they are comfortable, feel relatively solidly built, have good ear pads, and sound good. I mean, they genuinely sound good. I think that's impressive stuff. So Samsung, well done. I understand that the OEM of these headphones, Superlux, has a pair, I forgot the model number, I think it's a 681 or something, that's supposed to be slightly better. But I only read that after I bought those. Maybe I'll buy them someday, just for a laugh. But for now I'm going to enjoy these and see how I think they sound after a week or two. So, here you go, headphone review done. And now finding the stop button, because I want to do this in one take. Cheers!